if I asked you what the loudest sound in your life is, you might say, I don't know, traffic or a noisy neighbor, or maybe just the constant pinging of your phone. But honestly, the sound that really truly drains us, it's the noise we make ourselves, that constant stream of internal chatter, the worry, the planning. We're all living in this self-generated storm of noise.
It's more than just exhausting. It creates this dense field of internal resistance. All that turbulence, it blocks clear thinking, and maybe more importantly, it blocks the natural flow of new vital energy into your system.
Okay, let's unpack this, because today we are doing a deep dive into a surprisingly simple but really powerful energetic technique. It's called the silence frequency ritual, and it's designed to tackle that internal noise head on.
Right. Our mission here is to go through the source material and understand exactly how combining just one single crystal with, a real commitment to deep inner stillness, how that can rapidly unlock what's called a highly ordered energy field. This isn't just about relaxing, it's about engineering a kind of internal coherence to let high-frequency energy actually flow in.
So we need to figure out why silence is the absolute key here, and how one little stone can suddenly get this massive boost when your mind finally gets out of its own way.
What's so fascinating is that we first need to completely change how we define silence.
Yeah.
Most people think of silence as, well, an emptiness, a void, maybe even a little scary. But in these energetic terms, silence isn't empty space at all. It's perfection. It's a state of maximum energetic coherence. It is that highly ordered energy field.
I love that idea. It just flips the whole script. Instead of fighting to create a void, you're actually just aligning with a powerful, organized structure that's already there. Yeah. And to really get that, the water analogy used in the sources is, well, it's perfect.
Think about your mind in its normal state. It's like a pond where the surface is constantly choppy and turbulent. It reflects nothing clearly. So if you try to introduce a subtle vibration, like the energy from a crystal, into that chaos, the turbulence just swallows it, scrambles the signal. You don't see any clear ripple effect.
But the moment you find that true inner stillness, when that pond becomes perfectly calm, like a mirror, that is the moment of maximum coherence. That's the silence frequency.
Exactly. And if you then gently place the crystal's energy onto that perfectly still surface, its vibration spreads out powerfully, clearly, and all the way across the entire field. The stillness is the accelerator. It's the signal receiver.
So the stillness is really just clearing the channel. And the sources say that getting into the state does 3 really specific things. Let's start with the first one, which is very physical. Closing the fear signal.
This is a direct system reboot. True, deep, quiet signals safety to your biology. It just does. Your nervous system almost instantly shifts out of that fight or flight response, that constant state of alert, and into the rest and repair mode. And when that happens, stress hormones like cortisol just plummet, and that energetic wall we all build against the world starts to come down. You literally become more open.
And once that fear signal is off, what does that do to our internal chatter? That brings us to the second function, quieting the ego.
The ego, or let's call it the false self, it needs constant noise to survive. It feeds on drama, on judgment, on the never-ending to-do list. So when the noise goes away and the body feels safe, the ego just loses its fuel. It gets quiet. And this creates this critical opening for the pure guidance of the true self, that higher part of you, to finally be heard without all the interference.
And the third function really gets to the mechanics of it all. It's this idea of the body as a reflection surface. So when your mind and body are in that state of clean silence, they stop being a chaotic radio tower sending out static, and they become more like the cleanest possible satellite dish, or a perfect mirror.
That analogy is perfect because it explains why the crystal works so much better in this state. Without all that interference, the crystal's unique, stable frequency can have a much, much clearer and more powerful effect on your system than it ever could when you're all muddled with chaos and stress.
Which really gets to the core idea of this whole ritual. And it's so different from how we normally try to achieve things. It's all about stopping effort, stopping action, to allow new energy to flow in naturally. You're not trying to make it happen.
It's the highest form of receiving.
Yeah.
You aren't trying to generate the light. You're just removing the dust from the windows so the light can pour in all by itself.
Okay, so let's talk about the tool, the crystal. This is critical, and the sources stress one golden rule above everything else.
And that rule is absolutely non-negotiable. You must select only one stone, just one. I mean, if the goal is coherence and order, throwing in conflicting energy waves from multiple crystals just defeats the whole purpose. It turns your ordered field right back into noise. You need a single point of focus, like a lens.
Right. We're looking for clarity, not an energetic buffet.
Yeah.
So to help you choose that one lens, the sources break it down into 4 groups based on what you need right now. Let's start with the peace openers.
This group is the perfect place to start. It's great for beginners, for general stress relief, or for those times when your thoughts are just all over the place. Take amethyst. It doesn't just calm you. It actually dampens the chaotic frequency of all those scattered, non-essential thoughts. It sort of turns down the volume on your internal static. Then you have something like selenite, which is incredible if you feel energetically heavy. It's like a negative energy erasure. It just clears and lightens the whole space around you.
Okay, so moving past that basic calm, what's the next level for people who want to go a little deeper? The inner awareness group.
This is for when you're actively seeking clarity, you want answers, or you're trying to really hear your intuition. Lapis lazuli is mentioned, the stone of truth. In the quiet of the silence frequency, lapis helps you hear those intuitive hits really clearly without your rational mind jumping in to argue. Or you could use clear quartz. This one is less about specific guidance and more about just pure amplification. It takes that field of stillness you've created and just makes it feel more vast, more accessible.
And we step it up a bit, the third group, the high frequency group.
Right. These are for more subtle energy work, often for connecting to higher consciousness or what you might call universal frequencies. Think of stones like celestite or labradorite. When you use them in deep silence, they can guide you to a more delicate, sometimes profound non-physical dimension. They facilitate really nuanced energetic shifts.
And finally, we have the transformer group, which I have to say comes with a pretty big warning label.
It has to. This group, and the main example of Moldavite, is only for people who are truly ready for immediate, often radical change. Moldavite's energy is incredibly fast and powerfully transformative. If you introduce a frequency like that into a chaotic mind, it can be really destabilizing. It can cause, anxiety or even physical reactions.
So if you choose one of these stones, why does the silence go from just being helpful to being absolutely critical?
Because in this case, the deep silence acts as a crucial energetic buffer. It provides the stable ground you need to accept that rapid change more gently. It lets you integrate that intense frequency without the shock wave. So honestly, unless you're very familiar with energy work, it's best to stick to the peace or awareness groups first.
But no matter which stone you pick, the final advice is always the same. Trust your gut. Choose the one that just feels right for you, right now.
So once you have your anchor, it's time to set the stage. And we need to get rid of the myth that you need a silent temple on a mountaintop. You can engineer this space anywhere.
Right, so to turn a regular room into an energy room, you have to manage 4 specific things. What are they?
First, manage sound. Get rid of external noise as much as you can. If you can't get total silence, maybe use some light ambient tones, but nothing with words, nothing your brain has to process. Second, manage visuals. Dim the lights or turn them off completely. This is so important because darkness naturally shifts your brain's focus away from the external world and towards your internal intuitive centers.
And the biggest strain on our energy right now is our tech. So what's the mandatory rule there?
Oh, you have to put the cell phone far away, or at the very least on airplane mode. That phone is a constant energy pipe, connecting your power and attention to the outside world. You have to cut that pipe to get real internal focus. Third is ensure safety distance.
What does that mean exactly?
Just find a place where you won't be interrupted, where someone isn't going to walk right past you and disturb your personal energy field, your aura. You need your own undisturbed pocket of space. And fourth, maintain posture. Be comfortable, but whether you're sitting or lying down, try to keep your spine relatively straight. A straight spine is just essential for smooth energy flow.
And here's where it gets really interesting, the actual physiology of this transition. The sources give us this benchmark, the 90-second decompression rule.
Yes, and this is such a useful piece of information because it helps you manage your expectations. Your nervous system isn't a light switch. It's not instant. It needs time, specifically between 30 and 90 seconds, to register that there are no threats, no bright lights, no loud noises, and to actually physically decompress from that state of chaos.
Which means when you first sit down in the quiet, you shouldn't panic that your head is still buzzing. Those thoughts like, did I lock the door? Or I need to buy milk tomorrow. That's all totally normal. It's just residual energy from the day.
Exactly. You just have to let them float by. But once you've held those 4 environmental controls for about 90 seconds, your nervous system registers that it's genuinely safe. And it starts that rest from repair process.
Yeah.
That little window of time is the turning point. It's when your room becomes an energy room.
So once that's happened, we get into the ritual itself. 3 simple, profound steps. Step 1, emptying the noise field.
You close your eyes, and you start with maybe 5 to 7 long, slow breaths. Exhale heavily through your mouth like you're audibly sighing out all the way to the day. The biggest mistake people make here is trying to force their thoughts to stop. That just creates more resistance.
Right, so instead of fighting the noise, you just change your role. You become a spectator. You just watch the thoughts drift by like clouds in the sky without judging them or chasing them. You just observe until the noise naturally starts to slow down.
And once that initial noise field starts to fade, you move to step 2, entering the silence frequency. This is where you bring in the crystal. You take your stone and you place it gently, with intention, on the center of your chest.
On the heart chakra.
Why there? Why is the heart chakra so important, instead of just, say, holding it in your hand?
Because the goal is coherence. The sources say the heart chakra is the main link between our energetic centers and our physical body. It translates frequency into feeling. So placing the stone there establishes that coherence right at your vibrational core. Then you stop controlling your breath. Just let it flow naturally. Your only task now is to engage in deep listening, but with your heart, not with your ears.
And the crystal acts as an anchor, holding your mind steady on that high frequency of stillness. You'll know the field is opening when you might feel something physical, a little pulse in your hands, or a warmth spreading from your chest where the stone is. And that leads to the final step. Step 3, frequency indication. Once your mind feels genuinely still and your inner space feels vast and calm, you take one slow, deep inhale, and as you do, you set a very brief, clear intention.
And keep it short, right? Something like, I open myself to new energy aligned with my true self. Or maybe, may old codes release and new wisdom enter.
Exactly. Then, right after that thought, you just be still for 30 to 60 seconds. You don't strain to see anything or force a vision. The action is done. You simply allow the energy to flow and integrate. The work is deep, so the sources suggest you only need to repeat that core process 3 times. That's more than enough.
So how do you know it worked? We're not looking for flashing lights or anything. How do you know you've successfully tuned your frequency?
Success is always measured by internal shifts, by feelings, not by external drama. The key signals are, 1, your thoughts just disappear naturally without you having to police them. 2, your inner space genuinely feels like it expands. That tight, constricted feeling of being trapped in your body just vanishes.
And maybe the most practical signal, clarity, intuition. Answers to problems you've been wrestling with might just pop into your head, or you'll suddenly feel much more confident about a decision you have to make.
The ultimate sign, though, the deep proof, is the feeling of a profound, quiet, almost cold calm. It's a state they compare to diving to the very bottom of the ocean, where all the turbulence on the surface is just gone.
So what does all this mean for your daily life? It means that huge amount of energy you normally spend fighting fear, feeding that false self, worrying, all of that is just instantly halted.
And when that old code is released, it creates this powerful, necessary void. And the universe, well, it abhors a vacuum. Pure, new energy immediately rushes in to fill that space, and it can shift your whole vibrational baseline. We should really see this ritual not as a way to create new energy, but as a way to efficiently dismantle old, obsolete obstacles.
And that brings us to our final provocative thought for you to take with you tonight.
The fear of silence, for a lot of people, is really a fear of being alone with our own thoughts. But in the kind of profound silence you get through this ritual, you are deliberately shutting out every external voice, the news, the critics, all the social pressure.
And in doing that, you are guaranteed to hear one voice with absolute clarity, no distortion.
You are guaranteed to hear the single most important voice in your life.
Yeah.
The quiet, steady voice of your own true self.
So we encourage you, maybe try it tonight. Find 10 or 15 minutes, put the phone away, dim the lights, pick your one anchor crystal, and just listen. Listen for that most important voice.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into stillness and energetic coherence.
We'll catch you next time.